human behavior is a puzzle wrapped in social norms, tied up with emotional guesswork and occasionally held together by sheer luck. One moment, people are predictable creatures of habit, and the next, they are inexplicably ignoring all known logic in favor of something baffling, like queuing for hours for a limited edition biscuit tin. If only there were a structured way to make sense of it all. Enter. Camilla Pang doesn't just attempt to decode human interactions, she does so using the universal laws of science. While psychology and philosophy might have their own takes on why people do what they do, Pang takes a different approach, applying biology, chemistry, physics, and mathematics to the fine art of being human. Molecular interactions explain friendships, wave theory helps us understand personal identity, and game theory reveals the rules, or lack thereof, of social etiquette. It is an unexpected yet astonishingly effective way of analyzing the way we interact with the world. And the best part, you don't need a degree in theoretical physics to follow along. Whether you are someone who instinctively navigates social cues or someone who regularly finds themselves wondering, why on earth did they just do that? Pang's approach offers a way to see the logic behind the chaos, and Most books about human interaction promise to teach you how to read minds, master small talk, or unlock the secrets of charisma. It does none of that. Instead, it provides a way to understand why people behave the way they do, using actual scientific principles rather than vague advice about being yourself. Take friendships, for instance. Pang compares them to chemical bonds. Some are strong and stable, like covalent bonds, while others are more temporary, like hydrogen bonds, easily broken with a change in environment. Then there's fear, which, much like light passing through different mediums, distorts reality and makes small concerns seem far bigger than they really are. By viewing emotions and social interactions through these scientific lenses, suddenly the unpredictable becomes, well, if not predictable, then at least comprehensible. Bridging science and everyday life. Science might seem detached from the everyday business of navigating social norms, but Pang demonstrates that the opposite is true. She shows how network theory explains the way we form relationships, how probability theory helps us manage uncertainty in human interactions, and how deep learning mirrors our own ability to learn from experience. And no, you don't need to memorize mathematical formulas or be well-versed in quantum mechanics to appreciate it. Pang distills these ideas into explanations that are both clear and engaging, proving that science is not just about equations and lab experiments, it's about how we function in the real world. Practical insights for everyday challenges. Memory and learning. Much like deep learning algorithms, our brains refine behavior through feedback loops, repeating what works, discarding what doesn't. Understanding this can help us reshape our habits, improve learning, and even rethink how we approach mistakes. Social norms and etiquette game theory provides a structured way to understand the unwritten rules of social interaction. It's not about memorizing customs, but recognizing that etiquette is essentially a giant strategy game where everyone is making decisions based on what they think others expect. Relationships and emotional balance. Using principles from chemistry and evolution, Pang explains why some relationships seem effortless while others require constant adjustment. Understanding these dynamics makes it easier to foster stronger connections and avoid unnecessary misunderstandings. This book isn't about turning human behavior into a neat, predictable system. It's about providing the tools to make it just a little easier to navigate. How this book connects to the presentations. Each chapter explores a scientific concept and applies it to human behavior. The accompanying presentations expand on these themes, breaking them down further into structured discussions. Wave theory and personal identity explores why some environments feel right while others feel alien. Quantum mechanics and goal setting examines how uncertainty affects decision-making and planning. Thermodynamics and Order looks at how we balance structure and spontaneity. Game Theory and Social Etiquette reveals the hidden strategies behind social interactions. These presentations don't just recap the book. They offer deeper insights, ensuring that each idea is explored in a way that makes it even more applicable to daily life. So, in conclusion, what we've explored is the fascinating journey of understanding human complexity through the lens of science and, well, a bit of wit. It's about recognizing the intricate dance of our thoughts, behaviors, and emotions and how they intertwine in the grand tapestry of life. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening adventure. At its heart is not about reducing human behavior to a simple formula. It's about recognizing that there is an underlying logic behind the chaos. It is a book for people who find social norms baffling, for those who like their explanations rooted in science rather than vague theories, and for anyone who enjoys the satisfaction of seeing patterns in the world around them. By applying scientific principles to emotions, relationships, and decision-making, Pang gives us a framework to interpret social behavior with more clarity. Human interactions may never be entirely predictable, but they are also not as random as they seem. Once you start seeing the connections, the bonds, the equations, the rules of the game, you may just find that the complexity of human behavior is what makes it fascinating. So, if you've ever wished for a logical manual to navigate life's messiness, you've just found it. And if nothing else, the next time someone tells you to go with the flow, you can calmly explain that fluid dynamics suggests that's actually much more complicated than they think.